everyone, Razzle here, and today I'm doing my final gear video on what I'll be taking with me on my northbound through hike of the Appalachian Trail in 2025. And so today I'm going to be looking at everything I haven't covered in the other videos, which is what I'm calling the kitchen sink. So this is my cook kit, my water filtration, my first aid, just everything else that I haven't mentioned so far. And so the first thing I'm gonna go into today is my cook kit, and that's right here. And you'll notice that I have a homemade koozie around it, which has a cover and then the bottom. And I just made this out of Reflectix. I've been using this for over 3 years now, and love it. It, helps keep things warm in colder weather, and it also is great for drinking coffee when it's hot. But this is just a Tokes 750 milliliter um, cook pot, titanium. And then I have a Bic Lighter. I have the BRS cook stove. It's like less than 20 bucks on Amazon. I do have a MSR Pocket Rocket too, but it's bigger and heavier. And so I just decided to use this. It works pretty well. It's not quite as efficient, but it's super light and smaller. And then I have a small towel in here, and then of course a can of fuel. And so I just keep that all together in the cook kit, and that bundles down just nicely there. Along with that, I have a Tokes long-handled polished end spoon, which I use obviously for eating. And then another thing I had made out of Reflectix is a food koozie, but I decided to go with a commercial version of it. So I just picked this up off of Garage Grown Gear. It's a Big Sky insulated pouch, and it folds down a lot smaller than my homemade one. And I use this for certain types of the dehydrated hiker meals. You really need to use these. There's one in particular, and I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but it's not Backpackers Pantry. It's I can't remember if it's Peak Refuel or what, but they really say you should use that. And then the other thing you can do is keep your water filter in this in the cold weather, and then sleep with it inside of that. So to help to keep it from freezing. So and your water bottle if you have water and things like that. So it's super light as well. Probably, I believe it's lighter than my homemade one. And I have my bear bag system. So when I'm not using a bear box, at the trail or cables, I always do the PCT hang. And so I have a large Z-Packs bear bag, and this thing it's huge. It'll carry a lot of food. And then of course the rope bag, the line, and then I have one of these little bones. It's an Apex Giant dog bone, and that's used to, rather than use a stick or something like that, you can use this, and it's just much easier to attach to the line and get the line off and so on when you're doing your PCT hang. And then inside this, I have OPSAC odor-proof bag, and I believe that's half the battle of keeping animals out of your bear bag, is if they can't smell it. So I've been using one of these for over 3 years now, and I've never had an issue with any animals getting into my bear bag at all. And that's in the Adirondacks, where there's tons of black bears and chipmunks and squirrels and things like that. When it comes to my water, I'm using the Katadyn Be Free 1 liter. Now, I was always a Sawyer guy, and I love the Sawyer. It's probably one of the best filters on the market. The one thing I didn't like was the size of it and the flow rate. I've been using this for a year now, and I love this thing. I love the flow rate. I love the fact that the filter's inside the bag itself. The one thing that I had a problem with was because of the way that this bottle is shaped. It wouldn't fit inside my standard pack strap holder for the water bottle, and so I had to go get a custom one made at Etsy. But Yeah, I love this thing, and it doesn't have the lifespan of a Sawyer, but um, it works well, and I'll pay the extra money just to get a new filter if I have to, halfway through the trip or whatever. Um, I went to last year. I went to the CNOC or Canuck collapsible water bottles, 1 liter bottle, and this just has a sport cap on it. So what I do is I filter into these just like I would a smart water bottle, and then use these. I have two of them. With the AT, if I know there's lots of water sources, I'm not going to use both of these at the same time, but I have them if I need to. And usually one of them I'll put like Element in there or something, just so I have my electrolytes, and then straight water in the other. But if I need to, there's 3 liters of water, and then I also have the Vecto bag, and that the filter fits right in this as well. And this is a 2 liter, so I can do 5 liters of water if I need to. And that would come in handy, in those sections of the trail that maybe are still damaged, and I'm not sure, if a water source is good or not, but I have those available if I need them. One of the things that I do have to bring with me is my glasses, because I need them to read, especially like I use them when I'm editing on the phone and when I'm trying to read things on the phone, or if I'm using the AWOL guide or something like that. So I have this Chums case to protect my glasses. It's not heavy, but it is kind of firm and sturdy. It fits right in one of the belt pouches. Or if I know I'm not going to need it, I can throw it in the back of the pack. But my eyeglasses. Now, one of the things I'm going to be keeping in my food bag is my toothbrush and my toothpaste. And you'll notice I have a full size toothbrush here. I was originally going to go with one of those little bitty things that, because just to save a couple ounces. And this thing only weighs, I don't even think it's an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half or something. But I was watching a video one day, and it made perfect sense to me that the extra weight's worth it. And the reason is because of norovirus. Norovirus hits the trail every year, usually around the bubble, but you you can give it to yourself. And the fact is that you have to be really good about your hygiene. And if you're using one of those little tiny toothbrushes, you're sticking your fingers pretty much in your mouth to get to your back teeth. And so this keeps your hands out of your mouth. Um, so I just decided to not take the chance to, for an ounce or two, it's worth it to me to not get norovirus. And that brings me to my first aid. And this is both my first aid kit and my repair kit. So it's a little bit of both in here. Um, it's a little bit heavy, but again, it has both things in it. So this is my first aid kit minus a couple things. Body Glide. Um, Now, I haven't had chafing in a while, especially with the newer underwear, but it does happen, and especially with the kind of mileage we're going to be doing, and also the temperatures that I'll be hitting when I hit the mid-Atlantic states. So, there's nothing worse than chafing. So this is like a must. I know it's big, I know it's heavy, but I'm carrying it just because of that. But in my first aid kit, we'll start with that. Um, I have, I have some Aquamura, okay, which is my backup to my filter. If something happens where it freezes, I have a backup plan. These are the 1 ounce bottles. I know you can get smaller than that. I think you can buy like half-ounce bottles, but I'm going to use it until I get to warm weather, and then I'll probably send it back home. I have a couple of gloves. I have a few gauze bandages, some Imodium, just a few doses, just in case. Tylenol, again, just a few doses. Um, uh, Band-Aids, iodine prep, skin alcohol wipe. Um, this is a backup to the backup on the water. This is Catadine purification pills. The thing about this is this takes 4 hours to purify your water. So this is like for dire emergencies. But it's again, there's 4 doses in there. That's enough to get me to town in a dire emergency. Ibuprofen. I have a pair of earplugs in here, which are a must. Just a tiny bit of medical tape for the bandages. Leuko tape for blisters. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have like 4 pieces of that, just in case. A couple more different types of band-aids. Claritin because I have allergies. I don't know if I'll need that right away. This is Benadryl. That's more for if I have a reaction to something. And then antibiotic ointment, pair of nail clippers, pair of tweezers, a tick remover, and some chapstick. So that's generally my first aid kit. Also in here I have 1 pair of hand warmers in case my hands get so cold that I can't get them warm again. That's for an emergency. My repair kit has patches, an extra lighter, needle and thread, safety pin. Again, patches to repair my tent, to repair my um, um, sleeping pad, uh, and I think that's about it in there. And then I have some line which I can use as a clothesline. I can use to, for whatever I need. This is really light. This is I can't remember the type. It's like the Z-Packs tent line. It's reflective. It's 50 yards, I think, but it's super light. So that's my first aid and repair kit. Next we have my poop bag, and there's not much in this obviously, but I have some TP, some dude wipes, just not a whole lot, just some hand sanitizer, and then the Deuce 2 ultralight trowel, and that's all that's in the poop bag. I've been using this stuff for years now, and gets the job done. Let's see, other things that I'm going to be carrying are this little zippered pouch. This is for my ID, credit cards, debit card, and cash. And this will stay right in my fupa or on my person. It's just something that's water resistant, almost waterproof. But between this and being inside of something else, it'll keep things dry. Just to keep things together so I don't lose it. I have my Gerber knife, which I've had since I was a police officer, and it's just a lock back knife. It's pretty sharp, and it'll do anything I need it to do. I also have my Sea to Summit microfiber towel. This is a small. It's very light, and you can use this as a bath towel out on the trail, cleaning other things. But this may be overkill. I'm not sure. I do have the little tiny microfiber towel inside my cook kit, but if I'm gonna go swimming one day or something like that, this would be what I would need to dry off. In this warmer weather, once the bugs come out, I have a Sea to Summit head net. This won't be coming with me initially, but I'll have that, and I'll pick up bug spray. I'll also be getting permethrin to treat my clothes once we get to that point. And then I have this little Z-Pack sit pad, which I'll be using, just on the trail when I want to sit down for breaks and things like that. One other part of my repair kit, which was not in the bag, is on my trekking poles, I have duct tape. And so I got both poles have a little bit of duct tape on them, and that's for other emergency repairs. And that's basically it. So if you think I forgot something, drop me a comment. If you have questions on anything, let me know. I'm not getting into food right now. I do have a whole bunch of backpacker meals, which I'll be picking out and uh, pick doing some for resupply. I'll probably only be carrying 3 days of food when I start. But I haven't figured out my lunches yet, and some of the breakfasts I have not figured out yet either. Um, I just won't make those decisions till like right before I leave, because usually the like lunches are things that I'm going to pick up in a grocery store the day before I leave. Um, and then breakfast, I switch back and forth. I like some of the backpacker granola type things, and then oatmeal and things like that. So I'll just pick those things up. I will be repackaging a lot of it, especially the backpacker's meal, just to get things smaller and more compact. That's pretty much all the gear that I'm bringing with me. I don't think I forgot anything. It's possible. I'll remember um, as I pack it up. But if you happen to see anything you think I missed, shoot me a comment. Apart from that, I hope you like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can see when those first videos drop. Um, I look forward to the encouragement that you're going to give me as I take on the Appalachian Trail starting February 15th at Amicalola Falls. Thanks, and happy hiking.